welcome back to the Season 3 European Ladder. Today we're back with Round 1, the second match in Round 1 with JTF, that's the Joint Task Force, on the attack against Voluntários da Pátria, VDP on the defense. Match 2 of Round 1. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe. Hope you enjoy it, and be sure to check out the interview video with links below. Make sure you join all the PS Ladder socials as well. Join our Discord to get information on when we're going live with new matches, fixtures, and stand-ins, and so forth. Now, on to the match itself. We said Joint Task Force is on the attack. VDP is on the defense. Let's get on with it, shall we? That being said, JTF on the attack. So last week, JTF was on the defense. VDP was on the attack last week. No caps were taken last week by VDP. So JTF have the chance to take the lead in Group A this week. If they can take a cap from VDP, they will be taking they will go at the top of Group A. If VDP holds strong, if they don't lose a cap, if they stay strong, have a firm defense, then they will be joint top, and it'll be broken down on tickets at that point. Let's have a look over the strategies that you're using so far. So we can see from VDP, they're spreading out with squads going out in all directions. We've seen this similar to all the defensive squads so far on this map. Oosterbeek 01, if you're wondering what layer we're playing, it is Oosterbeek 01. And you can see them spreading out. It looks like they're going to have a small squad on the cap itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-ish players. They're looking a little bit thinner on the defense. They're a little bit thinner on the defense compared to. Oh, okay. So we can see over in the distance, they actually have defenders spawning on the church itself. Let's go over to the attackers now. 5 seconds left on the starting phase. Let's fly in over and have a look how the attackers from JTF are going to roll out. So from JTF, we can see there is an MSP heading south out of main base with a 5-man Humvee. They're bringing out one of their heavy tanks first. So they're coming out immediately with a Churchill and a Daimler, with the command car rolling out and Logi trucks rolling out as well. And we can see them all rolling out. We can see Weed already rolling out, going deep with that MSP. That MSP is going to probably be spawning a majority. Yeah, you can see a big spawn here. Let me just see if anyone needs to be swapped. Edinot Viper. Edinot Viper, was that his name? Oh, I missed the E. Let me just swap this player quickly. Sadly, I'm the only admin on for tonight, so I'm going to have to do all the swapping myself. I know this is really unfortunate, but unfortunately, I am the only admin available. There we go. So we can see already from JTF, they're doing a big assault onto the cap itself. They spawn that MSP close, and they're just looking to zerg straight onto the cap with overwhelming numbers. That is a big force of infantry coming straight out of the main base. The Churchill hasn't arrived yet. I think the Churchill was waiting for one of its crewmen to arrive. Who have we got here? We've got Fuse with an MG trying to hold back this tidal wave of red coming his way around the back of the cap itself. You can see there's actually only 2 defenders in the warehouse itself now. The Daimler has come all the way on cap, and it's knocked out the pack gun, and it looks like the German defenders try to build up a 88 as well. Well, this Daimler has got straight behind the defenders here, taking out that pack immediately, and it's going to be able to take out that 88. Swinging back over to the attackers now with their infantry. You can see they're trying to push along this ditch line. They've got smokes going out. They've taken out Fuse with that MG who was watching the ditch line, and they continue to push forward with this red wave of infantry. Can they keep up this momentum? It looks like they're going for a speed objective here. They're trying to get on the cap before the Germans can reinforce with their own tanks. If they can get on the cap before the Germans can arrive with their own tanks and their own MSPs, that'll put JTF in a very strong position. You can hear mortars going out now. That'll be JTF mortars, no doubt. Let's just have a look. You see the Churchill. Yeah, the Churchill's waiting for its second crewman, so the Churchill is now rolling out. We've got a 2-man mortar squad here, putting volleys down range already. So this is a very strong start from JTF here. They're going for the speed approach. They're trying to overwhelm the defenders on the cap before they can get reinforced. That Daimler is still doing work here. Who do we have in this Daimler? We have Lolo 53 and Mendy flying around with this Daimler. They're going to have to watch out. One Panzerschreck, and this Daimler will go down. It is the weakest out of the Allied recons, but it's also very nimble, very fast, very agile. It can just do loop-de-loops, drive-bys, and harass. Look at this big smoke wave coming in now. Huge smoke volley coming out here. And you can see an infantry squad from JTF almost onto the cap itself, supported by the Daimler. Are we going to see a speed cap? Are they going to break the 13-minute speed cap that we saw yesterday? A couple of team kills there. Those mortars are going to have to be careful now. And a second team kill there from those mortars. A whole squad has been wiped out by the mortars. That's so unfortunate from JTF. A little bad communication there. Otherwise, they're looking extremely strong on cap. They do have reinforcements coming in. It looks like VDP have held the ditch line. They've managed to hold the ditch line, but the Churchill has arrived on scene. And look at that machine gun fire going out from that machine gun now, suppressing the defenders. That Churchill is going to be absolutely devastating for the defenders to deal with. The heaviest tank the Allies could bring out. And we have a blown-up vehicle. That is, I believe it's the Daimler. Yeah, the Daimler has gone down. The Panzerschreck in hand of, was it Jamler there? Who took out the Daimler? I can't see who it was, but as we spoke about, that Daimler is extremely weak, and it has been destroyed with one blast of a Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck. Artillery, we had a small artillery bombardment go out there. It looked like that would have been JTF artillery. Now, it's actually well-placed artillery. It took out a rally, and it took out a bunch of these infantrymen over here. And you can see JTF, they're switching their route a little bit. They're not pushing it along the ditch. In fact, they do have a squad pushing along the ditch, but they've got reinforcements coming along this hedge line here, trying to get into this first barn, and they're trying to get on cap. And you can see a lot of red names actually have made it into the first building here. A couple of them have gone down, but they do have 3 men alive in this first barn. This is looking extremely strong for JTF. A very strong start for them. Time elapsed. We're at 38 minutes, so 7 minutes has gone so far. More red names pushing forward. Look at all the red names pushing forward here. See, red's gone down. So we've got another infantry squad from JTF pushing forward here. That Churchill hammering the point now with HEs. A strong force here from JTF. I'm surprised they haven't got anyone reviving these down members yet. They're maybe just trying to secure the area first before they get the revives out. Let's just open the map quickly. We can see there's been a bit of a flank around Matthew Baker. In fact, there's been a lot of flanks around here. Matthew Baker just blew one of the defenders' MSPs, so that's going to be devastating for VDP on the defense there. They've lost a nearby hard spawn, well, mobile hard spawn. Now they're going to have to rely on rallies and the spawn at church, but you can actually see there's actually people from JTF on the church already trying to cut off that hard spawn. What tank? It looks like we have a P4 here arriving on scene. We have the armored clad P4 arriving on scene. That is going to be a good asset for them to use. It's going to be able to take out that Churchill if it can do some long-range snipes. We'll have to watch out for that Churchill, though, because the Churchill has potential to take it out. More team kills there from those mortars. Those mortars really do need to be careful. But look at the cap at this point. The cap is slowly starting to be overwhelmed by JTF infantry. We're at 36 minutes. 36 minutes. They found one of the rallies. They're holding a rally hostage now. And you can hear that Churchill has come up close as well. That Churchill coming up close for support. The first point has been neutralized. We've seen the first point neutralized at 36 minutes. There is still a lot of defenders nearby. They could maybe turn this around, although that Churchill is going to be a menace for them to deal with. Do they have AT nearby to deal with that Churchill? Because that Churchill is going to be an absolute blockade, an absolute wall for them to push through. We've got CH here, squad leader. Getting a couple of kills there. Getting another kill. Can he wrap it up with a 4? Wraps it up with a 4-piece, but then he gets sprayed down. You can see a lot of VDP infantry pouring into the point now. It's about even with numbers. The point is still neutralized. VDP are getting numbers on point. Can they take out that Churchill? And then can they keep up this reinforcements? Very close game here. If JTF take this first cap, they're going to look very strong going into the rest of the game. So far, VDP are falling behind a little bit on tickets as well. But it's not that much of a difference yet. Grenades going out. That Churchill back on scene. Oh, in fact, that's a second Churchill. We've got 2 Churchills coming forward. Oh, that's going to be so hard for VDP to deal with at this point. 2 Churchills on the field. You really need to have some good eye AT to land those side shots with those Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks. And that's the first cap. The first cap has been taken. I didn't see the time, but the first cap has been taken. I believe it was taken at the 35-minute mark, about 30 seconds. So a little bit slower than what we saw Clan Dream Team took yesterday in 13 minutes, but still a very quick time. Looking very strong for JTF here. What an incredible start from JTF. Coming out with that big infantry wave at the beginning. Using that Daimler's speed to get behind, to get on cap, take out those AT guns, and then harass the infantry, and then have the 2 Churchills come forward that are just an unstoppable force. Great work there by JTF. There goes one Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck. What was it? It was a Panzerfaust trying to land those shots on those Churchills. A Panzerfaust at distance is going to be incredibly hard to land. But we've got Cabu here doing his best. Can Cabu hit one shot? Falls just a little bit short. Falls just a little bit short of the Churchills. So the Churchills are going to be retreating now, getting out of there. Strong start for JTF, taking the first cap. Look at this defense, though, for VDP. VDP are not delaying at all. They've spawned their infantry on the second cap. They're getting into defensive perimeters, and they're getting ready for this next cap to be defended. The P4 is still up and operational. It's falling back a little bit. I need to sneeze. Oh my god, it just would not come. I'm back. It was one of those sneezes what refused to sneeze. Okay, so JTF, very strong start from them. They have the ticket lead, and they have those 2 Churchills on the field. That is going to be so hard for VDP to deal with. 2 Churchills working side by side. Jeez, that is the 2 battleships of the land. How do you deal with that as the Germans? You're going to need to have some good heavy tanks yourself working in combination with AT. JTF not wasting time, though. Look at them. They're already pushing infantry forward. They're already trying to get an encirclement around the second cap. They're already pushing hard. They've got positions over here on the south. You can see over here on the south side. They're looking quite strong. They've secured one of the outer barn buildings. They've got Matthew Baker flanking around, maybe looking for those MSPs. Let's just open the map quickly and zoom out. So I believe over here, we'll just zoom over to this transport vehicle quickly. I believe this will likely be a AT crew, or it could be a flanking infantry squad. It's hard to tell. This could be an AT crew, or it could be a flanking infantry squad. Either way, they're going deep behind the second cap. What can JTF do here? Look at the time on the board. We're at 47 minutes. Ticket-wise, plenty of tickets on both sides. This could be a long game. We could see this go for a lot of caps. 50 minutes. VDP have to defend now. They have to defend for 50 minutes on this second cap. Engine just gone out there for a Churchill. One Churchill is very low in health, and then goes the second Churchill. We missed it. We missed the Churchills going down. One Churchill went down, and then we saw the other Churchill go down as well. That was Red and Law, I believe, working in combination there, taking out those Churchill. Incredible work there by VDP. They've just clawed back the tickets. Look at the tickets difference now. Almost equal. And now 2 heavy tanks have just been lost for the Allies. They've lost 2 heavy Churchills. Their biggest tanks they can bring to this battle. They're not going to have anything bigger than that. They may have a Firefly, but they're going to have to rely on smaller tanks now. I imagine we'll see Cromwells and Shermans maybe coming out. Maybe that Firefly that I mentioned. They should have a Firefly. But look at this. We already have infantry on the cap for JTF. Somehow they've managed to get infantry on cap. A few of them have gone down. Pierre on the inside, he gets sprayed down. This is a very strong start from JTF. They are not giving a moment's break here for VDP. You can see VDP have done a good job of trying to board up the doors the best they can. They've got barbed wire, they've got hedgehogs. They're trying to delay JTF as much as possible. But JTF are throwing infantry forward. The cap is going to be unlocked in 40 seconds. You can see mortars going down now. I can't believe we missed those 2 Churchills going down. Very unfortunate, but incredible job there by VDP. And that P4 is still on hand. So VDP haven't used their heavy tanks yet, from what I believe. They've only used this P4. I think they had a 232, But they should still have heavy tanks themselves ready to use. So that's a good start there for VDP in terms of assets they can use. Look at this, though, from JTF, though. Their infantry is just pushing forward. They're already on the perimeter of the church. There's a lot of red names coming down from the north as well. Spitfires, Strafes coming in. JTF, this is what we mentioned pre-game. We mentioned that JTF are probably going to come out strong tonight. They're not going to delay. They're going to come out like a hammer out of hell. They're hammering hard. They're pressing VDP. They're not giving them a break at all. Very strong start from JTF. Can they keep the momentum going, though? As we saw in the Group B match yesterday with Clan Dream Team, they also started very strong. But when it came to the second cap, they kind of lost their momentum. They lost steam. And then it was just up to the defenders to hold out. We've got a similar game playing out here so far. Can VDP repeat what LBF did yesterday? Can they hold out for 50 minutes, or will JTF keep up this strong push? You can see that P4 there. That P4 is looking for Matthew Baker. He knows infantry just died behind him. And did you see that shot there? Matthew Baker somehow surviving that shot. The tank spotting him through the bush. One Piat hits on the turret. Kind of a bad shot there from the Piat. Landing on the turret, minimal damage. A second side shot, though. That is a big side shot, and look how low the P4 is on health now. It's at about 30% health. One more Piat, or if the mine or a gammon bomb can be placed, we might see the P4 go down here. P4 is doing its best to keep itself alive. A lot of JTF infantry pushing forward through these western trees here. Red gets sprayed down. That Panzer IV trying to get close to the church, hoping infantry nearby will defend it. Matthew Baker did get killed. He got shot out in the end. But that P4 now is surrounded by infantry on all sides. Extremely low on health. It needs the support of infantry to keep it alive. Let's just head over to the north. So we had an infantry squad from JTF trying to push down in the north. They broke a little bit. They've killed a few of the defenders, and they're continuing their push. I think, is Jamal alive or dead? It's hard to see in these bushes. He is, he's dead. So JTF are starting to gain ground in the north as well. And you can see, look at the red names on the church. They're pushing this outer wall. A big smoke barrage going out. You can see Frank Carter being one of the first to push in now. Walker Danny, he just gets killed behind him. Radio Man for Frank Carter here. He's going to be the first to try break in. He's going to have to find a way to climb over these hedgehogs, get through this barbed wire. That P4 is doing its best to support its infantry. Look at all the infantry pouring forward here from JTF. Grim Reaper now pushing forward. Duncan trying to get in. I imagine grenades are going to be thrown through the window soon. One grenade misfired there. That was actually a team kill from Carter. His grenade bounced back. Grim Reaper the first to break inside. They're climbing over the hedgehogs. It makes it really awkward for them, but they can do it. MG on the inside sprays them down. Look at that MG position, watching that doorway. I feel JTF need to get some tank support, and they need to start throwing grenades and hitting HE through the windows. Else they're going to have a really hard time breaching with infantry. Artillery bombardment coming down now. This is VDP artillery getting one kill there. One kill from their artillery, maybe doing a little bit of splash damage. Not hugely affected. You can see that P4 with its machine gun still firing. The JTF infantry still trying to get into the church here. Frank Carter trying to find his way over this hedgehog. You can get in. It's just extremely awkward to do so. That P4, devastating so far. Where are the tanks from JTF? There they are. We can see the tanks rolling in. So they actually had another Churchill, and they've got a Sherman. So they actually had 3 Churchills. I don't know who's leading the tank command from JTF, but they're having a lucky game if they got handed 3 Churchills. So that's another big infantry tank supported by the Sherman. This might change the tide of battle here. Let's just open the map for a quick second and zoom all the way out. You can see JTF doing this encirclement, trying to push back VDP into the cap, and so far they're doing a good job. I can see a tank rolling in for VDP now. The Germans bringing forward a tank. What do they have? They have a second P4. 2 very capable medium tanks rolling forward now. They've got one on cap, and they've got a second one coming up to do with some reinforcements. Those P4s are going to be excellent to deal with the Churchill and Sherman. Look at the red names, though, trying to get into the church. Doing all they can. Now the tanks have arrived on scene. The Sherman's staying a little bit behind the Churchill. Obviously, the Churchill has more health. It could take more of a damage. Mustang coming in. Mustang landed all the way deep over near Wilson. Not sure why that is. We might see the first tanking exchange going on here. P4 and Churchill nearing each other. Just the angle of the terrain blocking eyesight here. Inside the church, we still have a lot of defenders inside the church. They're holding on for dear life as JTF push hard. Blinding the P4. A few smokes are being thrown at the P4 to blind it a little bit. Sherman. Oh, the Sherman actually managed to hit one shot. What a shot by the Sherman. Return shot by the P4. Second shot by the Sherman. It bounced. The Sherman only has a small turret, remember. Return fire from the P4 misses. The P4's crashed into a hay bale. One shot by the Sherman misses. That P4 is so lucky to be alive. If it got hit by the Churchill, it would have been dead. The less powerful turret, the cannon of the Sherman, not able to just finish off that P4. But look at the Churchill now. The Churchill sensing blood a little bit. It's pushing forward. It's looking to finish off those tanks. Is it going to fire a shot through here? It might have an angle. Ooh, just blocked a little bit by the hill. Just going to see it. Just blocked by the hill. The gunner is trying to finish off that P4. You can see two P4s on scene now. There goes one P4. One P4 finished off by that Churchill. The second P4 starting to retreat a little bit. And this could be the change JTF need to push into the second cap. They have infantry in support of the tanks. The tanks likewise supporting the infantry. They have a lot of red names pushing forward here. They've got support coming on all sides. In the north, in the church itself. Tanks nearby. Are we going to see the second cap for the first time taken in this season? It's looking very strong for JTF at the moment. VDP is doing all they can to hold back this red tidal wave. Stuka coming in. The Stuka, I imagine it's for the tanks. Is it going to be a good hit on the tanks? Where is it falling? Oh, it falls just short. I think it actually managed to take out some of the rallies from JTF. So I believe it was actually aimed at some rallies. Sherman and Churchill still on scene. They did space a little bit. Did you see them space the moment they heard that Stuka? Making sure they don't get killed by that Stuka. So good awareness by the crews there. We've got Alexander on the outside. Let's just go on board on Alexander. He's trying to flank around. He's trying to get behind into the church. If he can get behind through this soft belly entrance here, he might be able to clear out the insides a little bit. Yeah, there's one kill. Alex has done this flank. He's got behind. Oh, he almost got a second kill on Mez there. Mez finishes him off, though. But that was a good flank by Alex to get inside there. He knows the rear is exposed. There's no barriers on the rear, so he might communicate to his team. That is where they can push from to get inside the church. VDP still doing a good job of defense here. Time on the board, 37 minutes. Tickets, almost equal. The P4 here from Orc and Levron doing a little bit of flank, trying to deal with those tanks, trying to push back those allied tanks. We've got Bjorn and his squad here doing his best to hold the position south of Cap. They're trying to hold that hardcover south. And look at VDP here. They've actually done a good job pushing back the infantry just north of Cap here. They kept coming back. They was working hard. And they've actually managed to push back the Churchill and Sherman and the infantry squads here on the north side of Cap. No doubt, Jamel will hear this rally as well. This rally is offline currently because of how close Jamel is. Jamel might hear it through his headset. He might hear the radio and he might take it out. We do have a squadron here flanking behind from 1st RB from the JTF. They've managed to sneak around on the northeastern side. They've taken two of the hardcore. Corey goes down there. But they are starting to gain more and more ground. Artillery bombardment coming down. I imagine this is JTF artillery. Ineffective. It was a short burst. Didn't get any kills. Ineffective. Oh, and we have a tank exchange. Churchill, P4. The Churchill has the faster reload, and it's got more armor, and it's also got the Sherman in support. P4 is about 40% health. A bounce from the Churchill, a big hit from the P4. Churchill's about 50% health. A big hit there from the Churchill. P4, and the P4 goes down. He gets finished. It was just outgunned by the Churchill and Sherman in combination. P4 goes down, but there is Red with that Panzerfaust. The Churchills are looking in a very bad state here. The Churchill might go down. Sherman's trying to support with its machine gun. Churchill's got to be careful while it's reversing. It might go straight into a pole and it might get stuck. A second shot. Can the Churchill survive this? Lawrence coming forward. He's trying to place a HE down. The Churchill, incredibly low health. It's at about 10% health. If it gets hit by anything, it's going down. The Sherman doing its best to support. Sherman's trying to support. Lauren is trying to place that mine, that magnetic mine. Infantry coming in to try to support the tanks as well. Kiffy goes down. Lauren's still alive. Red gets blown up there. Direct shot. The Sherman gets hit by a magnetic mine. So the Sherman now is low on health. These tanks need support quickly and they need to get out there. They need repair. The Churchill is more valuable. You can see the Churchill's just getting out there. The Churchill's quickly trying to retreat, trying to get repair. You can see infantry, JTF trying to come down to support these tanks. Lauren is still alive. He did damage the engine from the Sherman. So the Sherman is very low on health. Well, the Sherman's very slow on speed, but it still have most of its health. Turning the turret around, I imagine, yeah, it's going to shoot its turrets backwards to try to give it the speed it needs to get out of there. And there, Lauren goes down, supported by the infantry from JTF. The infantry coming to support their tanks. So it was very dicey there for VDP. VDP were very close to losing that cap for time being, but they've held on. Time left, 34 minutes. Very solid defense there by VDP. They came so close to losing that cap with the infantry and tank support from JTF, but they managed to dig in. They built those barricades. They just dug in as much as they could. They withstood the bombardment from those tanks and those mortars and the overwhelming waves of infantry, and they managed to hold on the cap for now. So great defense from VDP. Although they lost that first cap quite quickly, you can see they are not giving up here. They're organized. They're determined. They are not willing to give JTF any more room here. They're not giving them any more caps this game. Great work here from VDP on the defense. It'll be interesting to see what tanks we see VDP come out with now. They've lost both P4s. They've lost their medium tanks. Will we see a King Tiger? Will we see a Panther? Will we see Tigers? We'll have to wait and see. JTF with infantry coming forward again. Smoke screen going out. They're trying to push into the church yet again. They have actually destroyed some of the barricades here. You can see they've done a good job getting HE or artillery to destroy these barricades. Alexander, the first one inside with that Sten gun. That MG, look at that MG there from DeLorean. He's trying to throw down a HE around the corner. Alex, he knows what's going to happen when he goes around that corner. He doesn't want to go around. A couple of grenades through this window here would actually clear that top area. Danny, watch out for the barbed wire. Danny is flanked around. Danny goes down, though. He gets shot as he tried to breach. So a lot of infantry here trying to come forward from JTF. They actually have a good infantry push on church. They're just struggling with all the individuals who are on the inside. Smokes on the inside, trying to blind the defenders on the inside. And we've got Grob here. I know that's not how. That's probably not how you pronounce his name, but I'm just going to call him Grob. Grob, holding the doorway. I feel like if JTF came back with tanks and they just fired tanks through the windows. If they just got... Oh, that was... Speaking of through the windows, that was a beautiful grenade. That's what we were talking about. Look at those grenades on the balcony. Cleared out the machine gun. Brozilla managing to hold out, but we have JTF infantry now on the inside, clearing out the defenders. A few VDP infantry in the bell tower, in the church tower, trying to hold back this wave. Look at all the JTF infantry on the inside, overwhelming the defenders. Could we see the second cap fall here? They need support. This squad here from JTF needs support. But this is an incredible job so far. They've cleared out most of the church. You can see infantry trying to rush in from VDP. Look, a second squad coming in to try help the church. There are a few in the bell tower, still holding out. VDP doing their best to try to get infantry on the point. They know they're losing the cap. They're trying to pull names forward. They're pulling forward those reinforcement squads. Can they get in the church? The church is heavily secured at this point. Look at all the JTF infantry on the inside holding the church. We've got Grob. He's coming back. He's trying to get back inside. Grenades going out on the inside to try clear it out. Good grenade on the inside. Doing a little bit of splash damage. The point is still in the hands of VDP. A good spray down there. Managing to get through. Grob is on the inside. Alex, you're AFK. What's going on? Guys, there's a guy right in front of you. There's a German right in front of you. Weed and Alex. How did you miss that? Grob must have his invisibility on because he just walked straight into the church. Rube here trying to watch the doorway with his brain gun, most likely trying to get some revives out as well, trying to get his team to have the majority on the cap here. Look at the cap. The cap is still in the hands of VDP, but there is reinforcements coming from JTF. VDP throwing infantry forward. JTF throwing infantry forward. This is a back and forth battle now for the second cap. Can JTF secure it? Can they take it? Smoke grenade. Perfect smoke grenade. Blocks the door and kills Vinny and Axel as I was trying to run in. Obviously, the British smokes are the best smokes in the game. Not only are they an instant screen, but they also do damage as well. Cabu trying to come inside. He is a pioneer. Spraying his MP40 through the doorway. He's getting hit by a Bren gun on the flank now. The point has been neutralized. Can JTF take the second cap? The cap has been neutralized. For the first time in Season 3, we've seen the second cap neutralized. Absolutely incredible game. Meanwhile, we've had a tank go down. The Sherman has gone down. Red has returned from VDP. That Panzerschreck, he's managed to destroy the Sherman. The Churchill on its own dodges that Panzerschreck. It's trying to get to infantry support. It's on its own. They need to save this Churchill. That is their only heavy tank they have left. Look at all the red names in the church. I think JTF are going to take the second cap here. They've got reinforcements coming. They've got the Churchill on scene now. I think JTF at any second is going to secure the second cap here. What an incredible game we've had here. I told you this would be an incredible game. And what we've got here. JTF have come out strong. VDP have got a strong defense. But again, they've just been pushed back by a big push from infantry. That Churchill retreating a little bit, maybe waiting for tank support. And there we go. The second cap has been taken by JTF for the first time in Season 3. We've seen the second cap fall into the attacking team. Incredible work here by JTF. Can VDP hold on to the third cap? JTF still has a lot of work to do. You can see VDP already spawning on the third cap. They're already setting up defensive perimeters. But look at this from JTF. JTF already have a squad, or half a squad, flanking behind here, trying to delay and disrupt the defenders here. Look at this squad. They've got ready to pounce on the third cap. Time on board, 43 minutes. Plenty of time in this match. Tickets are pretty much even at this point. There's only a 20 ticket difference. That's nothing in the terms of post-scriptum. A couple of vehicle kills, and that evens up easily. It looks like that JTF squad has been identified. Artillery coming down on cap. This is JTF artillery. Trying to kill the spawns on cap. Perfectly placed artillery. This is going to delay the defenders even more. And look at this from JTF. You can already see a surge coming in here from JTF. They're already pushing the third cap. The third cap isn't even unlocked yet. 4 minutes on the board for the cap to unlock. And look at this red tide of infantry coming in here. Strong work by JTF. The flanking squad has been taken out. They've been sprayed down by MGs. Can VDP hold on to the third cap? They're already being pressed heavily. JTF hasn't given them any time to prepare defenses on the third cap. They're already pushing in. JTF are just not giving VDP a break here to prepare. We've got the Churchill. The Churchill's here. Smoke's going out. What a strong play here from JTF. They're using their speed and momentum to the advantage. This is what the Allies have to their advantage on this map. On the first 3 caps of Oosterbeek, the Allies must make use of their speed advantage. The German defenders, they're a long way away from their main base for these third caps. So their tank support, their MSPs, their Logi teams, they have so far to travel for their first 3 caps. And this is what you can see JTF doing well here. They're making use of their speed and their ability to get assets onto camp quickly. They've brought out a second recon tank now, a Staghound. It's doing its drive-bys. It's found a Logi truck. That's going to be a dead Logi truck there. That's 10 tickets lost. Oh, but there is the Jagdpanzer. Can that Jagdpanzer deal with the Staghound? Can the Jagdpanzer take out the Staghound? The Staghound's struggling to deal with the one shot. Big shot on there on the Staghound. The Staghound's in trouble. It doesn't know the Jagdpanzer's right there. Can the Jagdpanzer keep up? It missed its second shot. It's struggling. The Staghound using its speed. The Staghound using its speed, but it's going to drive straight towards another tank. There's a Panther on scene now. The Staghound is pinched between a Jag and a Panther. Is the Panther going to stop? Is it going to look? Cat and mouse here. Cat and mouse. We've got the Staghound sneakily going through the trees, using its smaller frame, its agility to get away from the Jag and to sneak behind the Panther. Look at the Staghound. Look at this Staghound now, toying with the Panther. Trying to take out the engine. It is possible for the Staghound to pen. There we go. There's one pen. It was only minor, but it can do damage. Second one. This Panther is in trouble. The Jag needs to help. Whoa, that was beautiful. The Jagdpanzer, the IV-70, got in position, and then the Panther just reversed out the way, and the Staghound was just sat revealed naked in front of the IV as it was waiting. Beautiful there by the Panther. Almost like the Panther was toying with the Staghound. The Panther's like, okay, yeah, you can shoot me a few times. It doesn't really do much. Let me introduce you to my friend. And there goes the Staghound. Good work there by the tank crews for VDP. Beautiful work there. Beautiful synergy. Meanwhile, let's go back to the infantry. JTF have been pressing hard with their infantry. They're pushing in from the north. VDP are doing their best to hold on to the north here as JTF flank around. Also on the cap itself, JTF are pushing in infantry on the north side. VDP have been pushed into the cap. And there's also approach coming in from the south. JTF are really attacking from every single angle here. Every angle. I'm trying to find the Churchill. The Churchill has gone back to get repaired or rearmed. So the Churchill is temporarily out of action. But VDP are really under pressure from every single angle here. They're doing their best to hold on, but look at the range of battle they have to deal with. They're getting pushed from the south. They're getting pushed from the north. They're getting pushed from the northwest. It's an absolute incredible game here. And VDP are fighting tooth and nail to hold on. Tickets-wise, still only about a 20 tickets difference. Not a massive difference. VDP now have tank advantage as well. They have this Jag, the IV-70 camouflage. They also have the big boy, the Panther. The Panther's going to be hard to deal with for JTF. That Panther's going to be excellent at dealing with that Churchill. It's a good hard counter to the Churchill. So will we see the Panther used to take out that Churchill? Oh, we can see Matthew Baker, AT here from JTF. He's trying to take out this Panther. Matthew Baker, the sneaky AT man. But that Panther's going to keep driving. He's not sticking around, so Matthew Baker's going to have a bit of a run to catch up with this Panther. JTF infantry are continuing with their flank around. They've come around the northeast, and they're trying to get onto the eastern side of Cap now. KGR have a squad over here. You can see SCH leading his squad. They're trying to push back these attackers. JTF are looking strong on Cap as well. They've secured half of the village here. Frank Carter alive upstairs. We can see that IV-70 on scene now. It's trying to support infantry the best it can. Placing HE downrange. Trying to clear out the buildings. The Cap has actually been neutralized. The third Cap has been neutralized by this strong JTF presence here on the northern side of the village. Can VDP hold on? VDP have a lot of names nearby, but they're being pressed from every single angle. These tanks need to start clearing out these buildings a little bit. A few well-placed shots in these buildings might start to clear them out. JTF are starting to push forward, though. They're trying to clear out the rest of the buildings. Weed goes down. Mac goes down. Oh, the Panther got hit by Matthew Baker. Matthew Baker with the with the Piat, sorry, Piat. But Matthew Baker gets taken out by Hollow, supporting his tank there. Mustang comes down. Oh, sorry, a Stuka came down, trying to clear out this building. Can SCH get in here and clear out this building? 1 kill for him. Can he clear out this building? Checking those corners. He's got those leans. He's lean peeking. The point is still neutralized. A team kill happened upstairs then. Unfortunate team kill. A little bit of misfire. SCH. He clears out the inside. Good job from him there. Cleaning out that building. And VDP will hold on for now. Oh, Churchill. Churchill is engaging the Yag. Can the Yag deal with this? Shots exchanged, both about similar health, about 70% health. The Yag missed its second shot. That's going to be devastating. But the Churchill goes down. Red with the flank there. 80 red with the flank. The Panzerschreck into the side of the Churchill. That means JTF have lost all their heavy tanks. That is devastating for the attackers here. Joint Task Force have lost 3 Churchills this game. The cap has been reclaimed by VDP as well. But JTF still have a strong infantry presence in the area. They have lost their tank support. They're temporarily without tank support. Can they hold on to the 3rd cap? Alex goes down. He placed a mine on the Yag. The Yag's engine's gone out. It's now at about 40% health. He actually placed 3 mines to make sure that engine went out and to lower its health as much as possible. We have infantry flanking here from the south of camp from JTF trying to get in. Good strafe coming down here, knowing where the infantry is coming from. No kills from the strafe, but it would have been good suppression nevertheless. VDP doing a good job holding on here. 30 minutes, still plenty of time on the board, and tickets still even. No tickets in it really. The Yag is about 20% health. That Yag, 1 hit from anything. If 1 Piat hits that Yag is going to go down. Another strafe coming in here. Just doing its best to suppress. Oh, I crashed right into it. Look at that Panther. The Panther's actually flanked around here, and it's supporting the infantry over here on the north side, making sure this first RB squad can't continue its flank around to east. You remember, they were trying to flank around to the east here. Brian leading his squad, trying to get behind the camp, trying to flank around to the east, but this Panther's turned up over here, supporting SCH squad for VDP and making sure they hold the north and make sure they can't get flanked around to the east. Meanwhile, though, look at this push from JTF. JTF has done a big push in from the west and the south. Big infantry push coming in here from the west and south. And VDP is looking very thin on the cap yet again. These infantry waves are just unstoppable. You can see good work here from Louis and Frank destroying the ammo crate. And Carter trying to clear the upstairs. Carter does manage to kill the radio man on the upstairs, and I think we might see the cap go down here. If VDP can't get support on cap again, and there it is, the cap has just been neutralized for a second time. Can VDP push them out again? VDP have lost their MSPs, they've lost their rallies, and look at the red names coming in here from the flanks. Approaching from the south. The Panther and Yag very low on health. They're having to retreat. The Panther's trying to support the Yag the best it can. Matthew Baker on the prowl. He's trying to finish off the tanks here. He's done a horrible game here. He's had a horrible game for VDP's standpoint. These tanks from VDP have been harassed constantly by Matthew Baker. Artillery coming out. Well-placed artillery here from VDP. Getting a bunch of kills. Really well-placed artillery. The point is still neutralized. Can they get it back? Can they hold on? Can they push out JTF? Or will JTF take a 3rd cap? Frank Carter doing his best to push through these buildings. Clearing them one at a time. Frank Carter clearing them out. He kills XMR there. A tank exchange happening. What tank did we just miss? We just saw a Cromwell. Medi and Lolo push forward with a Cromwell. It was Cromwell versus Yag and Panther. And that's an easy kill there for the VDP tanks working in combination there. Unfortunate for that. And we've just seen the cap has been defended. So for the second time, VDP have defended the cap, and they destroyed another strong tank from JTF. JTF losing that Cromwell. Cromwell is just a diet Churchill, so that's a big loss for JTF on the attack. So for the second time this game, VDP have managed to hold on to the cap, but they are surrounded and they are outnumbered. Look at the red names pouring in. VDP is surrounded and outnumbered. They've lost their MSPs. They've got a long way to come. You can see they're all having to spawn back on farm on the 4th cap. So VDP looking like they might lose another cap here. They have no spawns nearby, no way to reinforce. Only the last few defenders holding on the best they can. We've got another tank over here from the Allies, a Sherman that has its engine disabled, and a big shot coming in there from Red. That is Red again looking for a second kill. An excellent shot there from Red. Can Red hit another shot? And the Sherman goes down. Red getting a second kill there. A second confirmed tank kill. A Sherman going down. JTF have lost a lot of tanks this game. They're going to be very low on tanks. And what VDP have, VDP still have all their heavies. They still have a Panther and they have a Jag. So VDP is still looking very strong in their tanks. Speaking of their tanks, I look at Matthew Baker here. He's managed to sneak behind this Panther and he wants a kill. He is hungry for this Panther. He's on the hunt. He wants the kill. He knows the Jag is nearby, though. And he knows if he tries to get the Panther, that Jag is immediately going to come and support the Panther. He's going to go for it. Is he going for it? He's going for it right now. Mine in hand. Mine has been placed. Piat next. He's going to wait for the engine to go out. And the Panther's engine is out. The point has been neutralized, so the 3rd cap has been neutralized. You can see VDP trying to get infantry forward, but they're being harassed. The cap has been neutralized. The defenders here from VDP, the last few defenders, are holding on the best they can, but they have no support. They're being overwhelmed steadily by JTF. The point has been neutralized. I think JTF are going to take a 3rd cap here. They do have infantry trying to get to cap. You can see a desperate infantry squad, but I don't think they're going to make it in time. The Panther managing to get the kill on Matthew. Matthew Baker goes down. So the Panther is going to survive. Its engine is only lightly damaged. Can VDP hold on to the 3rd cap for a 3rd time? They are trying to throw infantry forward. Look, they've got desperate attempts now. A smoke screen coming down. Unsure whose smoke screen that is. It's looking very unlikely though. And there we go. We've just been confirmed. JTF have taken the 3rd cap. JTF is looking very strong and they're going all the way this game, it seems. That's 3 caps to JTF now. Incredible. This is the first time we've seen a team in the Season 3 ladder go this far on the attack. They have been so aggressive, so aggro heavy. They haven't given VDP a chance to breathe, and nor me. I'm losing my voice here. I'm doing my best, but my voice is starting to break here. JTF are just being ruthless here. They are not giving VDP a single moment's breath. So VDP have got this squad forward, but they need to fall back now. And for the first time, we actually have to talk about the 4th cap in the season. This is the first time we actually talk about the 4th cap. The 4th cap now for JTF to assault is this strong position here. A very strong position for the defenders. It's similar to the 1st cap. They have the large warehouse that gives great visibility, but not only that, they also have these outer buildings as well. They have the 2-story in the front there, the 2 bars nearby, all the roofs you can climb on. They all offer great visibility across all directions. The only difference between this camp and the first camp is this camp is a little bit more enclosed. You can see the tree lines that run all the way along the south railway track, and they go all the way around pretty much. This camp it's less of an open field approach for the attackers, but the defenders do have more buildings to work with themselves. You can already see JTF already have infantry here harassing VDP. Already here to harass them. You can see the Jagdpanzer retreating now. I don't know where the Panther is. It looks like the Panther went all the way north and it's flanking around in the north. So this is where it's going to get a little bit harder for JTF, though. JTF, you can see the balance has changed. Now the German main base is closer to the caps than the Allies' main base. So VDP start getting an advantage at this point. Their main base is a lot closer, meaning their MSPs can get on scene closer, their logistics team can reach the battle quicker, their tank reinforcements can get to the battle quicker. So it is a lot... the balance of the map shifts at this point. Although, that being said, the hard spawn outskirts for the defenders is a long way. So if the defenders here lose their MSPs, if they lose their rallies, that hard spawn is too far away for them to really be effective in reinforcements. So, incredible game so far. 40 minutes on the board. VDP are actually behind on tickets, and they need to start thinking about their tickets as well at this point. They're winning on tanks. They've won every tank exchange pretty much so far. If they keep that going, they might still win this on tickets, as JTF are being very aggro, very heavy in their attack. JTF might bleed themselves out. So, VDP, a lot of considerations here for VDP to take into account. How do they play the defense? They've brought their tank back. You can see the IV-70, the Jag, come back on cap. They're going to have to watch out for artillery. We might hear artillery coming down from JTF on cap. I believe the Panther is... where is the Panther? Who's over here? So we've got a infantry squad trying to get back to the battle over there. Looks like they got cut off. Oh, I see the Panther. The Panther is over at outskirts. It looks like the Panther went to get repaired or rearmed. Artillery coming down there in the southern forest. There's the Panther on scene. Artillery coming down into the forest south of cap. No real kills there. A football field there. I always forget this map has a football field. So let's just fly over and see what tanks. I think it's a Hellcat. Arguably one of my favorite tanks in the game, the Hellcat, supported by a Steward. That's what we want to see, man. The best tank in the game. The absolute alpha of tanks. JTF are bringing forward the two best tanks in the game, the Hellcat and the Steward. My two personal favorite tanks in the game currently. That kind of shows how many tanks JTF have lost here. VDP have done an incredible job dealing with the Allied tanks, especially when you consider they had 3 Churchills. Let's give some credit here to the VDP defenders. They managed to deal with 3 Churchills this game. That is incredible. And they did it through a combination of AT and tanks working in assistance. Matthew Baker and Red. Battle of AT infantry there. Red is AT, Matthew's AT. So that was a little battle of AT infantry. VDP have got a good defense going. Look at all their infantry on cap. They secured the warehouse. They secured the large two stories. They have squadrons out in the south. They have infantry supporting. The Jag is in a good position. The Jag's getting a bunch of kills, actually. It's placed itself in a great position. Camouflage, using its camouflage. Trying to hide next to the tree line and hedges just to support a flank. The Panther also in a great position, watching straight down the railway here. Very strong position for this Panther to watch. Anyone who wants to cross the south has to deal with this Panther. This Panther's doing a good job at suppressing the infantry, trying to make it through the south. That Jag also doing a good job taking out infantry, suppressing infantry over here on the northeastern side of the cap point. Smoke coming in. I just heard a smoke barrage coming in on cap. Yeah, smoke barrage coming down on cap. This is most likely JTF smoke trying to blind the defenders so their infantry can push forward. You can see a big infantry wave coming along the south forest here, along the railway track, trying to flank behind the cap. Look at JTF though, sneaking behind. Who is this? Who is Willie and what's he doing in Willie's Jeep? Transport vehicle. Might be AET trying to flank behind to deal with this Panther. You got SCH squad here. Looks like they've been tasked to hold the south. And they're doing a good job working with that Panther. Who do we have over here? We have a free man. It's Bjorn. It's the commander. So the commander just dropped off one of his squads. His squad leaders. And it looks like they're going to be defending the south as well. Alex has snuck around behind the Panther. Trying to place a mine. I don't think he managed to place it in time. The Panther's relocating, changing his position. I think the Panther actually got lucky then. I don't think he actually realized those infantry chasing him. I think he just turned at the right time and drove away. JTF doing a good approach here, though. They're not rushing straight onto the next cap. They're kind of taking their time. They have plenty of time. They've got 35 minutes left. They're starting to get into position. They're trying to get their squads into position so they can start encircling and surrounding this cap. They do hold a ticket lead, but they are using weaker tanks at this point. They're down to a Hellcat and a Steward. So they're going to be losing tank support more and more if they keep losing these tanks. Speaking of tanks, where are the JTF tanks? JTF tanks are actually standing quite far back. You can see the Hellcat and Steward over here waiting. They might be waiting for infantry to get in position, and they might be doing some long-range support. They might be doing some long-range distance support at this point. Maybe worried to throw their tanks forward, knowing they've only got a few tanks left. They might be a little bit worried to push their tanks too forward this time, especially with the Steward and Hellcat. Steward is one shot by Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck. It's really it's made of glass. And same with the Hellcat. The Hellcat's obviously open top. It's also very low in health. It has a great gun, great speed, and great mobility, but it's very low in health as well. And it doesn't have a machine gun to deal with infantry, so it's very acceptable. Acceptable to infantry. JTF doing a good push here. They're slowly starting to take over this tree line. They are pushing it further and further down. You've got Red here, though, with a flank. Red's going to blow up this Jeep. The Jeep's actually been blown up, though, so that's actually a little bit of a waste of his heavy grenade. Artillery on cap. That is JTF artillery trying to bombard the defenders a little bit. Little bit misplaced, though. It's landing on the corner of the cap. Not really effective. JTF, look at this approach from JTF, though. Look at this strong infantry approach coming in from the east side. They have a big infantry wave coming in through the eastern forest. VDP have infantry over here, but they are slowly being overwhelmed by numbers. Urbit's killing Vinny then, as Vinny was trying to destroy that rally. So JTF doing a good job taking map control in the east and starting to push forward. Something just happened on on the 4th cap. VDP a allied logi truck was actually destroyed, and they're going to destroy one of their Jeeps as well. That's going to be an extra 5 tickets. Remember, Jeeps are 5 tickets. The MP40 doesn't damage it, so they'll have to keep using the Car 9. You have to use a rifle, so the K9, the Enfield, the M1 Grands, the M1 Carbines. You have to use a higher caliber rifle. Stun guns and MP40s can't destroy Jeeps, but the higher calibers can. But they've just destroyed a Logi truck, and they're going to destroy that Willis Jeep, which is going to be another 5 tickets. So that's actually a good ticket exchange. It looks like JTF Logi were trying to get onto the 4th cap and try to harass them a little bit. They was trying to get onto the 4th cap and harass VDP, but it's kind of backfired. They've lost their Logi truck, which is 10 tickets. 5 tickets for that Willis Jeep when it's eventually destroyed. Look at this red wave coming in, though, from the east. They broke through the defense in the east, and now they're making their way to the cap. They've got another rally here. Pierre has found another one of the defenders' rallies, I believe. Or he's just sitting next to it. Oh, no, Pierre's actually dead. But JTF have broken the east and they're pushing deeper and deeper through the east towards the camp. You can see the Yag there, the IV, putting shots down range. It's trying to hold back this red tide. Can it hold? Can it hold? VDP still have a good squad of defense on the cap itself. They have a good MG squad. The push from JTF in the west has been held. That was coming along the railway track. It's been held. We actually have a some kind of tank exchange going on here. We do. We have the Panther. The Panther is actually trying to engage the Hellcat and the Steward. The Panther's engine's been disabled. Matthew Baker and Jake Sullivan have actually disabled the engine of the Panther. Now the Panthers are sitting duck. Only the gunner is alive. Can he take out the Steward? One shot should take it out. He didn't kill the Steward. He destroyed the engine and killed the driver, but the Steward is still alive. Panther finishes off the Steward. Another good kill there for the tank. Does he know the Hellcat's shooting at him, though? That Hellcat is trying to shoot, but the Hellcat is actually landing shots. Matthew Baker just got killed, and Jake Sullivan. This Panther's keeping itself alive. Look at SCH. SCH doing his best to support the Panther. Can the Panther turn and engage the Hellcat? If that Hellcat goes down, that's another huge tank loss for JTF. And look at the tickets now. Tickets are so even. Orc is trying to support. He needs to get back inside, though. He's trying to repair the engine. That Hellcat is still engaging. He can win the engagement with the Hellcat. The Panther can easily win this engagement. You can see SH shouting at him, giving some kind of order. A bounce from the Hellcat. The Panther's retreating. One hit and this Panther will be dead. One penetrating hit and this Panther's dead. And there it goes. The Panther does go down. Very unfortunate there. But the Panther crew did a good job. He killed the AT. He killed the Steward. And only the Hellcat is alive. So that's another big tank loss there for JTF. And VDP have plenty of tanks at their disposal, so they should still have heavy tanks at their disposal. The Jagdpanzer needs to watch out, though. It's been very brave. JTF infantry tried to push through the east here, but look at the counterattacks coming in from VDP. Very strong counterattacks from VDP to hold back this big infantry surge. We have small engagements south of Cap as well, but VDP are holding. So we've got some engagements. Alex just goes down there. Back on the cap itself, it looks like the Logi team for VDP managed to tidy up the vehicles over here, and they killed the remaining JTF Logi teams. Oh, no, they haven't. You can see JTF still have a couple of Logi members over there trying to harass. Stuka coming in. Let's see if we can find where it's landing. So a big Stuka. Let's see what it landed on. It destroyed something and it changed the tickets. JTF are now behind on tickets. It's actually destroyed the mortar team. So the mortar team from JTF has been located. They also destroyed the truck at the same time. So that is a huge asset loss. Not only do they lose their mortar capability, but they also just lost 10 tickets for that Logi truck. So VDP holding strong on the 4th cap. VDP holding strong on the 4th cap. They've gained ticket lead for the first time in this match. Can they hold on? Time on board, 27 minutes. Heisenberg goes down there. We've got Willie's. Willie's back again, being a nuisance as Logi. Law shooting him in the back, and also Side there shooting him. There's still a big infantry push coming in from the east here, low. Look at this infantry from JTF slowly creeping through the eastern trees. They've also got around to the rear now. They're going to start pushing through the south. And they've also got this strong infantry presence coming in from the western side of Cap. SCH is doing his best to hold this squad back on the west. But it's more and more pressure. There's also a presence coming in on the north. You can see JTF actually have a squad coming in from the north now as well. Slowly pushing up the northern road. As he goes down there, he gets sprayed down. See JTF slowly moving through the trees. You can hear hand mortars. They're using hand mortars at this point to help blind and push forward. I think VDP, let's just look at the map. VDP have actually lost their MSPs as well. So they're having to use the hard spawn at the moment. If their rallies goes down and if they lose their MSPs, they're having to run all the way from outskirts. This is what you can see here. These infantry reinforcements here have to run all the way from the town to get on the 4th cap. Nightbird is just chilling here, right in front of Vinny. You know, it's just, it's one of those things you see in admin cam. Vinny, did you hear the engine? There we go. So that is another asset loss. That's going to be another 5 tickets with that Jeep eventually being destroyed. A big push here from JTF. JTF with their infantry are trying to push forward. They've had a smoke screen go up. They're trying to push through the eastern field. They've also got their squad coming in from the north. Smoke coming in now. We've got a smoke screen landing on cap, trying to blind the machine guns in the warehouse. We've got a big infantry push coming in from the north and also the west now. Tickets have evened up again. Tickets are almost completely even. JTF really want to get this 4th cap. They are not giving up. They're going to actually run onto a rally here. So Pizarro is going to run right next to a rally. So that means the defenders have to go back again. They lose another spawn point. And they're going to have to run from the 5th cap. And you can see, look at this. You can see the 1st RB have actually flanked around the south of the cap. And they're going to be cutting off the reinforcements coming in from outskirts. This is a very bad position from VDP here. VDP, if they get cut off, if their reinforcements get cut off, they might lose the 4th cap. You can see the defenders from VDP now. They're all starting to gather in the warehouse. There is just one squad left on cap, and they're trying to hold the central warehouse. We have a couple of team kills again. Mortar's doing some team kills there. Does JTF have enough infantry, though, to capitalize on this? They need that tank support. If that tank support comes in now and cuts off the reinforcements, because you can see, look at VDP. They're slowly pushing through that flank. They're slowly starting to funnel reinforcements on the cap. JTF need to get those tanks close quickly, and they need to get more infantry on point. We've got some members from JTF trying to get into the main warehouse now. They're clearing it out slowly. Brian is a grenadier. He's looking to clear out. He gets sprayed down with those MGs. That MG on the inside doing a good job. Delarine with that MG on the inside. And VDP have broken through the line there. So VDP are able to reinforce the cap now. So VDP were looking very, very dicey for a second. It was looking quite bad for VDP for a second there. But they have got reinforcements on cap now. Sorry, chat. I'm losing my voice here. This has been a long, exciting game. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. JTF running forward again. Using a little smoke screen, trying to get on cap. Artillery coming down. There's actually good artillery from JTF. Getting a bunch of kills here on the reinforcements. It was only a 4-round barrage, but it did good to hold back some of the reinforcements. JTF still have infantry pouring in from the north here, look. They still have squads trying to get in, trying to clear this central barn. As he's got on the roof. This is actually a perfect position for him to watch as they push through the smoke here. If he peeks his head, he's going to be able to watch all the infantry in front of him as that smoke... there you go, the smoke clears. He's got a perfect shot here. 1 kill. 2 kills. Can he get the triple? He just missed out on the triple kill there. Oh, there he got it. He got Elmer. He saw Elmer hiding in the corner. That's a nice little triple kill for Azzy there. Pizarro is spraying back with a Sten gun. And he makes it to hard cover. Time on board, 22 minutes. Tickets, 100 tickets to VDP. They've taken the lead with tickets now. They have a 20-ticket lead. JTF, 79 tickets. They've lost the ticket lead. Trying to take this 4th cap. It looks like they're holding back with their tanks now as well. I can actually see their tanks are actually returning to base, I think. They've decided to return their tanks. They maybe know their tickets are low. Trying to reserve their tanks a little bit at this point. They don't want to waste any more tickets on tanks being destroyed. Tank-wise for VDP, I actually don't see any tanks for VDP either. I could be wrong, but I think VDP have decided not to use any of their tanks. It looks like they've decided to go all in with infantry now, maybe sensing that they're low on tickets as well, and that they need to sustain as many tickets as they can here at the end of the game. Look at the amount of blue names back on camp now. VDP have pulled most of their defense forward on camp now. You can see all their infantry has pretty much come onto the cap itself. They refuse to lose this cap. Solid defense coming in from them. They've got their reinforcements. You can see all their rallies have been replaced now just south of the forest here. And they've rallied forward their mass infantry to make sure they hold on to this cap. Big infantry push coming in here from JTF. Smoke screen going out. They're trying to pour in. They're trying to pour in names. Lots of smokes going out here. Big infantry push coming in. Huge infantry push coming in here. Smokes, grenades, machine guns, everything being used. Curry's got the flank. Gets one kill there. VDP holding the stairways here at the best they can. JTF got an infantry squad pushing in from the east as well. At least they're trying to. Those MGs firing from the two-story barn and also the trees in the south. They had a squad push forward for the They've got a squad pushing forward from the west here as well, trying to clear up this western tree line. So even towards the end of the game, when both teams are low on tickets, they're giving it their all. They're playing to win. They're playing the objective. They don't give a damn. They're playing the game as it's meant to be played. They're going all in. And man, you got to love this attitude here. What an incredible game we've got going on. Ticket lead has widened more and more. 30 tickets now lead for VDP. As that big infantry push that came in from the south was repelled, was held back. The squad in the west has been cleared up. That Hellcat, it looks like the Hellcat has returned. The Hellcat has returned. It might start doing some long-range HE snipes into the warehouse. Smoke's going out. Look at JTF here. They're not giving a damn. They want this cap. They're doing their best. SCH with that SG-44. Holding the angle there. Getting a nice little double kill. Gets a triple kill there. And it looks like the big infantry push has been taken out by JTF. I can't read Portuguese, but from what I'm going to guess, the words they're saying is, do not give up. That's what they're spamming in chat at the moment. I can't read Portuguese, but I'm fairly certain they said, do not give up. They know they're low on tickets as well. And they're shouting at their team to not give up. They have to reserve tickets. JTF still surging in with infantry here. They're doing their best to get into the cap, doing everything they can. They're not giving up. They're going to fight to the very last ticket. That Hellcat putting HE shots down range. Artillery coming in on point now. Actually gets a couple of kills. Good placed artillery. Got a few kills inside the warehouse. And JTF do have infantry on cap. They're reviving. They do have infantry on cap. If they can keep up this pressure, if they can keep pushing in with infantry, they might get a final cap here. If they can just keep this up, reinforcements are going to be coming in for VDP. They're going to be throwing reinforcements forward. Can JTF take this final cap? Can they take a fourth cap here? They have majority on this cap at the moment. SCH is on his own. He's doing his best out here. You get a bunch of kills, SCH. He's got his pistol out now. SCH with his pistol gets another kill. He finally goes down. Gammon bombs being thrown inside the warehouse. They're doing the... JTF is doing whatever they can now to clear out these last defenders. The Hellcat's coming forward. Hellcat's coming to support infantry close now. The cap still in the hands. It's just been neutralized. No, it's just been neutralized. JTF have neutralized the 4th cap. What an incredible game, man. What an incredible game we've got here. The 4th cap has been neutralized by JTF. Can they hold majority? Can they take the 4th cap here? Stuka's coming in. Mustang's coming in. Strafes, every asset is being used at this point. They're trying to cut off the reinforcements from VDP. If that Hellcat can just get some good shots inside the warehouse or just cut off the infantry reinforcement from VDP, we might see the 4th cap taken. What an incredible game, man. 25 tickets left. They're pushing more infantry to get onto the cap. They're doing everything they can. Frank Carter is trying to clear up the inside. He's got grenades going inside, trying to clear up this central warehouse. Good grenades on the inside. Clearing it out. The cap is still neutral. I think JTF have majority on cap at the moment. It's going to be so very close. The Hellcat is driving closer and closer. Will we see the 4th cap taken by JTF? It's so close right now. I wish we saw the bar. JTF are trying to cut off the reinforcements. You can see them going on the roofs, trying to kill the reinforcements that are pushing through the South Forest. We've got Brian leading his squad, trying to hold back the reinforcements coming from the south through the trees. The Hellcat is almost on the cap itself now. Hellcat coming so close, trying to support the infantry. They've almost taken this cap. One last push, and they'll be able to take it. What an absolute battle going on here. Close quarter fight. Look at all the machine gun fire, the rifle fire going on. What an incredible game. Still neutral. JTF have a large infantry presence. They've cleared out the center warehouse by the looks of it. Yet no defenders are alive on the center warehouse. And the cap has been taken. Can you believe it? With 14 tickets left, the cap has been taken. The artillery comes in just a little bit too late. The Hellcat gets destroyed. If the artillery came in just moments sooner, they've taken the 4th cap. I cannot believe this, man. With 14 tickets left, they're down to 2 tickets now. They're going to lose the match overall. But what an incredible game by JTF. 4 caps taken. That's the most we've seen this season so far. What an incredible game, man. They are the team to beat now in terms of caps taken. Incredible game. Insane game. You can hear the Brazilian boys. They're happy. They still get a victory out of this. My God, man. What a game. Both teams. Both teams. And you can listen to how much it means to these guys, man. That's what I love. I gotta mute so I don't get DMCA striked. But man, what an incredible game. If you've just watched this on YouTube, my God, leave a comment below. Did you expect that 4th cap to be taken at the end? Remember, like, subscribe, and be here for the next game that's uploaded to YouTube. And drop by the Twitch channels. All links below how you can find me, and also information on the ladder, who's going to be streaming games in the future. What an incredible game. I will see you next time, YouTube. Take care.